And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership. Bar TV.
Systems, Billy Clifton, the core project group, Jamie Liz, Tom Elliott.
Well, we're here, everybody, for the match of the round, the Rams 2016 Premiership. It is the grudge match, it is the crosstown rivalry. We're live at Townsend to see Merewether take on the Wanderers. It's going to be a big match here at Townsend Oval. It's Sponsors Day, so Costa, BMW, the major sponsors of the Merewether Carlton side. There's Lawler Partners, there's Banlaw, there's everyone, including my partner in crime here today, Steve Barretto from 8 Recruitment. Steve, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, Gareth, and great to be back with you, mate, for the big one. And I availed of the facilities a little bit, not too much, in the sponsors tent. And yeah, mate, thanks for mentioning us. We've been sponsors of the Greens for a fair bit, so it's good to get something back, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. It sure is good to get something back, and the beers are flowing over there underneath the Lawler tent. Anyone, as I mentioned, is over there. What's the feeling down there? Who do you think's going to come away with the chocolates here today, Steve? I know your son plays for the Wanderers. You've played for the Greens. Have you got a foot in both camps, or Greens through and through, mate?
Oh, you know,
I ask the tough questions.
Yeah, you put me on the spot. No, you know, my son is Wanderers, and I've got to confess on Bar TV that I'm actually coaching the under-8s Wanderers team and adding my expertise. But mate, I 7 or 8 years at the Greens, I think it's going to go hard to bat for Wanderers at this stage.
Well, it's going to be a massive encounter, an epic encounter here. It's fourth place Merewether Carlton taking on second place Wanderers. Of course, a win today may see Merewether Carlton shift up to third place pending results around the grounds. It looked dark, it looked tired this morning, but the sun's out at Townsend Oval. And I tell you what, the beach is looking good. It's been looking good the last few weeks. It could be an ominous sign here, Stephen.
Well, it's
the green wave might be coming, mate.
Mate, if the waves are anything like the ones at the beach, as you said, yeah, Wanderers will be in trouble, mate. It's I'm glad it's cleared up. I was a bit sceptical this morning whether we'd even get a game this weekend, but it's cleared up quite nicely, and thank goodness they never made the call too early. Yeah, definitely. It normally does get called off pretty early here at Townsend Oval. The covers were on the cricket pitch last night. I made sure myself because we don't want to lose another game. Merewether Carlton with a big effort in the next couple of weeks. They've got a midweek match next week against Waratahs, which is going to be physical. Wanderers coming into this second round have a few easy matches again, so the run's all right for them. It is a must-win game for Merewether Carlton, with Southern Beaches also facing Nelson Bay today. Could see them get a few points, much-needed points, and sneak into the 5 as well. So it's an interesting top 6 at the moment, Steve. Yeah, it is, and you know, all the coaches at that with the teams up there are pretty astute at this stage. I know Stacey, he knows what he's got coming up. He'll plan in advance for it, and I'm sure he'll rest the right people, and yeah, hopefully be planning to come away with 2 results with obviously as few injuries as possible. Well, we'll see the team coming out now, led by their captain Jay Strawn for Merewether Carlton. I'm excited here today. It's going to be one of the better matches of the year we've seen on Bar TV Sports. Of course, if you want to get involved in the game with Bar TV Sports,
hit us on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course our YouTube channel, Bar TV Sports. Keep up to date with all your local grassroots sports around Newcastle and indeed the country. Stephen, the Wanderers, they've got a pretty good looking side. There's a couple of players out, I guess, with country duty, so their front row isn't as damaging as what it usually is, but in that, Merewether as well have a few changes with Sneddon coming in, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles. I guess Waller and Marshall have been in pretty good form for the Wanderers up front. Yeah,
you know, sometimes that's not a bad thing, Gareth. You get a guy who hasn't been playing regular first grade, wants to come up, show his stuff, and get stuck in, and I don't think motivation's going to be a problem today, mate. As he said, it's the big local derby, and yeah, I think Sneddon's going to do just fine. Wanderers front row pretty settled, but yeah, it'll be an interesting contest.
We see Sherwood leading out the Wanderers. Of course, Dan Cavill back in this side. It was the second round match between Merewether Carlton last year, where Dan Cavill unfortunately got suspended for the rest of the year, so be interesting to see how he plays. He only plays the game one way, and that is hard and tough out there, so I think he may be the difference out there if the Wanderers side is going to come away with the win. I mean, he's a big, strong lad. He's experienced now, and if he can hold a cool head, he's going to be the key today, Steve.
Yeah, Dan, I've played with Dan a fair bit, and he's a really nice guy, and sometimes gets a bit of a raw deal, but hopefully he's taken a bit of a lesson from this, and you know, he plays with his heart in his sleeve. Sometimes it just gets a bit too heated, and it lands him into trouble, but he's without doubt a key player in this side when it comes to lineouts as well in particular.
So it's round 9 of the Rams 2016 Premiership. Of course, the other partners for Rams for the Premiership, Viatech and NIB doing good things for local rugby. It'll be Wanderers kicking off, running left to right towards the green room on your screen. So Merewether Carlton will be coming home with a wet sail here today. Des Gilbert, the referee, and it's showtime here at Townsend Oval. It's a deep, deep kick onto Rouse. Rouse picks it up nicely in a tough kick. He almost tripped over there. He did. So he's midfield, 15 out. Let's see what Merewether Carlton do here, Steve.
Yeah, it's a good kick to start off right down the middle, and yeah, it doesn't give Merewether too many good options, but that's a good clearance kick as well from his...
Yeah, Blake Crichton was the 10 there. I think Blake Crichton coming into the 10, the fullback spot. You'll see the Merewether Carlton play field position early on and then use this back line, Steve.
Yeah, they've always got good running backs, and you know, it should be a good contest, and I'm glad that's why the weather stayed away. It's tightened things up a bit, and we hopefully see some running rugby.
Well, they go to the back straight away. Here comes Martine, who's one of the form back rowers in this competition with a good run, taking on the Merewether Carlton defence. Simmons has it now, cuts out Walsh, and Murch gets a ball away, but Fogarty, who is a late inclusion in this match, gets the ball to Richardson, and here comes Crichton. Clever little kick off the outside of his boot. Atala comes back for it. No pressure there. Rouse comes up. They look to use the width straight away to Simmons, who'll get the ball on the boot. Coming back for it is Jay Strawn. Jay Strawn watches it go over the touchline, and a very good touch finder by Simmons, Steve.
Jeez, you'd be loving that as a forward. That was a great clearance, and both teams pretty clinical to begin with. They're pretty subdued start, but some good kicking.
Yeah, definitely. Field position. They're just feeling each other out here at Townsend Oval. It is Sponsors Day here, and all the sponsors getting well lubricated and looked after by this Merewether Carlton club. The ball comes in. Oh, it's not the best line out. Richardson. Sorry, Josh Stewart. Beg my pardon. Ball comes out now to that man there. Stewart. Nice run there by Williams. Williams highly rated by the coaching staff. Comes back. It's a high searching kick. Here's Jennings. He's a late inclusion. And they've come up with it here. The Merewether Carlton side. Poor pass by the winger, Sikiotis. Young Costa's coming into the first grade squad. Has got wheels, Steve.
Yeah.
And we saw just then on the kick chase, put pressure on the man who's just come in on game day, Jennings. The young colt, he's highly rated, Jennings. He's quick as well. So it'll be an interesting matchup on that far side.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's good set of wheels for a young fella. And I'm a firm believer if he's young enough, good enough, he should be playing. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting matchup for sure.
Crouch!
First scrum, Gareth.
Bind!
First scrum, this is what we came here to see. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. As we mentioned, both packs through injury and country duties. Looking a little bit different this week.
Pretty evenly matched there.
Yeah,
Gareth.
nice scrum by the Greens, and Strawn gets the ball. He's got support. Here comes Rouse, and Rouse will score with his second touch of the day. He's happy about it, Steve, and that was a very well worked backline move.
That's a great backline move, Gareth. You're right. It was a beautiful skip pass, set up the gap, and yeah, well finished off there by Rouse. Great try.
Well, they mentioned during the week Jay Strawn is in career best form, and that is why just there, his speed, his acceleration, his centre of gravity, getting him through the first line of defence, scoring the try, and it'll be Richardson as we look here at the replay. What a ball by Crichton, and the balance shown by Strawn just sums it up nicely, gives it to Rouse, and that's a very good opening try, and catching the Wanderers underwears, Steve.
Yeah, he did well to hang on to the pass. It was a good pass, but a good catch as well. Very easily knocked on those sorts of high, fast balls, but yeah, great work try.
Easily knocked on for big men like me and you, maybe, Stephen, but Sam Rouse,
Stuff of nightmares, that is, Gareth.
he's firmly on the radars of the Waratahs 20 squad next year. Sam Rouse, remember the name.
Yeah, he's a good young prospect. Sam, I had a bit to do with him in the Merging Wildfires last year, and he's definitely a prospect.
So here's Richardson with the kick. Atala leads the chase out, and he only just hooks it there. He had the distance. It was an ugly-looking kick off the boot, so the score remains 5-0 in favour of the home side, Merewether Carlton.
They'll be pretty happy with that start, and yeah, the kick just came off the boot, I think, a bit shonky, but 5-0, and the Merewether boys will be pretty happy with that.
Another deep kick down the middle. Rouse is up for the challenge this time. Passes the ball to Mac Ray, and Mac Ray met with a good wall of blue defence.
No, stay out!
The ball comes, Crichton stepping, chancing his arm, and gets a very high clearing kick down the field. Jennings, again, put under pressure.
Okay, offside. That was you. Oh, cool.
And that's going to be a penalty. Des Gilbert's seen something there.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit too quick up in that chase there, Gareth, I think, and Crichton did really well, considering he was under a fair bit of pressure.
Yeah, he's very good on his feet, Crichton, isn't he? And he's certainly matured as a player. One of those players that probably could have gone a bit further with his career. He was in the Waratahs training squad a few years ago, I guess about 5 or 10 years ago. But he didn't like the training, didn't like doing the heavy lifting. But he's here in Merewether Carlton colours.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of talented players don't make that step up, and there is a vast difference. It's not all about talent sometimes.
Of course, played in Ireland as well. Here's Gareth Ernst getting a little box kick. Jennings comes up it. He looks safe now. Jennings, we know he's quick. He takes on the defence, and it's a good chase there. Dan Garner leading the veteran. Now Simmons getting the ball downfield. This is a good kick, but Rouse, look at the positioning by the young number 15. Turning inside Richardson, using some footwork. He's strong in the tackle, but that's a good chase by the two Blues.
Yeah, it's a good counter ruck there.
Oh, Campbell doing everything there. Knock on, though, says Gilbert. But the enthusiasm there shown by the veteran in the two Blues, you can't discount that, and he's going to be in everything all day, Steve.
Well, it's a good wake-up call there for Merewether that no ruck's going to be a given, and they're going to have to commit bodies and a bit of attitude to those rucks, or you'll find Wanderers will come away with a few turnovers.
I see the Bull boys there having a bit of a rest. I don't know if they're going to earn their pies and sausage rolls there, Steve.
Yeah, they're looking pretty crazy at the moment.
Be interesting to see how this second scrum goes. I think Wanderers will put a bit more pressure here, Steve. Oh, what a scrum by both sides.
Yes, yeah.
So here comes Crichton getting it to Fogarty, going round the back to Richardson, who put the grubber kick deep into Wanderers territory. Atala comes across. He's going to take on Sikiotis and beats him in some very poor defence. Here comes Rahui. Rahui getting them up over the halfway line. So now the two Blues have a chance to attack here.
Just
nice run there by Ben Ham.
Play.
Yep.
Oh, Red.
Yeah, Wanderers not committing numbers to the ruck there, Gareth, and yep, that's resulted in that turnover.
Yeah, Josh Schutte, good on the ball. He played the first part of, I guess, this round one. First round of matches injured, and he's come good now, Sykes tells me. And he looks pretty good over the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does. And an interesting matchup today, Gareth. I think his back rows, you've got two pretty young, with the exception of the Bull, probably with Merewether, some pretty good young back rowers from both sides. Cal Groth and up against Matty Ireland and Mac Ray. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see who wins that contest.
Well, Matty Ireland now, he's been there and thereabouts for the last 5 years, so almost veteran status for the Merewether Carlton side. Came in as a 17-year-old. I remember he made his first grade debut up at Singleton. Copped a good old-fashioned shoeing back in the day.
Oh, missed the old shoeing.
Bring it back.
Kept you honest, I reckon.
Well, anything that keeps me honest is probably a bad thing, Steve.
Yeah, copy that.
So we'll see Ernst. Carlton with another feed here. Rouse is standing in at first receiver. So expect a little move off the back of the scrum, maybe.
Be expecting Dave Waller to have a big game today, a.k.a.
Use
Captain
it!
Risky.
They go towards Crichton. Crichton again, putting the boot to the sideline, and Atala forced to clean up. And Crichton's playing very smart at the moment here, Steve.
Yeah, smart play from Crichton there. Turn them around, keep them down in their half, and just keeping them under pressure and hopefully force those errors that might end up resulting in a try.
So this will be Jackson Walsh with the ball. Wanderers go up. Coming in.
Back.
Off the top. Walsh now. Forced to clean up. Driving run by Ben Ham.
Oh, the ball's fallen loose there somewhere.
No.
Merewether Carlton come up with another turnover, so here comes Strawn again. Strawn tries to get around Kevill. Kevill wraps him up though. They're 10 outs. Options both sides, and Garner takes it forward. Ernst is looking for runners. They're playing a flat structure here. Snedden was a bit high in the tackle there. And the Wanderers getting very quick off the mark.
Yeah, they're up pretty quick in that defensive line there, Gareth. I suppose they need to make sure they keep their structure in shape, otherwise they're creating gaps.
Well, Alex Hill's almost wrong footing there. Ben Ham picking off the back is Ernst. Merewether Carlton have to get to the breakdown. So Williams this time. Oh, he's upended! That is the shot of the year, Steve.
Yeah, that was a great hit. Close to being the wrong angle, but great hit.
Mac Ray does well to catch a ball of Strawn, and Garner takes it forward, and offside, says Des Gilbert. I said they were getting up very quickly, and Des Gilbert says a little too quickly there, Steve.
Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it, Gareth? And yeah, they'd want to watch that. You don't want to give too many of these away down in the half, and the game will start to creep away from them if they keep doing that. But it's discipline, a bit of communication.
Of course, it is Sponsors Day here at Merewether Carlton today. These grassroots clubs relying on sponsorship. McGrath, Northrop, Bilby, Dan, part of the setup over there in the tent. Steve, of course, yourself in 8 recruitment. What's your job of the week, mate?
Well, I'll tell you, job of the week. We've moved into a new office, and we've actually got the president of Wanderers in our office. And let's just say it's been interesting banter going back and forth between us. Not too much time to post job of the week at the moment, Gareth.
Well, some heavy lifting required. Here comes Richardson, who'll Make no mistake there, so the score goes 8-0 in favour of Merewether Carlton. And to be fair, they look the more impressive side at the moment, Steve.
Yeah, I think Crichton's got a lot to do with that. He's really directed them quite well at the moment and kicked in behind and keeping them under pressure.
So Zakatala has the ball. Let's see what they do this time. They go straight down the middle again. This time it finds some open space as Rouse picks it up, gives it to Mac Ray. It's almost deja vu, Steve.
Yeah, I think that's obviously been the tactic, kick straight down the centre of the field, but at the moment it's not a bad tactic, tends to be working, but Crichton's kicking is allowing them to get right out of the area pretty well.
Well, they'll go for the quick one here. The chase isn't the best by the Greens, so Simmons has Rahui on the outside, uses him, and Sneddon tries to take the tackle and falls off him. So Rahui
Tackle, release, tackle.
gets them over the 40. This is the best position they've had all game here. There's Kevill using some quick hands. Doesn't find Jennings, so he's wrapped up. Now Murch.
Strip.
So they lose the ball again, the two Blues. Discipline and execution letting them down at the moment.
Yeah, I think Kevill probably just maybe pushed that pass. His big part of his game is a good offload, and he possibly should look for a bit more contact and try and create a bit of a gap in an offload.
Well, the pick and drive by Sneddon there just shows that the two Blues at the moment, they're just not aware at the A and B channel. They're making easy meters at the moment, Steve.
Yeah, and good little play there from Sneddon. He realises a gap, and it's going to keep them honest and make them focus that they do need to get their A and B defenders in there, otherwise they're going to create gaps out in close. And hopefully now Sneddon's brought that to their attention and it creates more gaps out wide.
Well, the Merewether Carlton side over the last couple of years have been traditionally slow starters, so the 8-0 lead at the moment is something they're not, I guess, used to having. It'll be interesting to see if they can have the mental fortitude to go on with it, Steve.
Yeah, and the modern game dictates that a good bench is vital as well, so second half is going to depend on how fresh and how good the bench is going to pull up.
Oh, look at Sneddon. He's playing out of his skin at the moment. He's been down in second grade for the last few weeks, and as you said before, he certainly lifted coming into the top grade, Steve.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of giving someone a big shot, and it's great that it's happened on a big game as well, because it just adds that little bit of extra impetus.
So the ball spits out, Crichton has it, and he'll find some space and find the line very nicely by the number 10. They'll go for the quick one as Crichton chases his own kick, and Mac Ray's there to help out.
Yeah, again, good tactic, and it looks like, is it a Greens ball? I wonder if the Lions touch judge got it wrong. Good tactic, and they've got Alex Hills there. He's putting a fair bit of pressure on at that line and creating a bit more pressure for Wanderers.
Yes.
Of course, the officials here today, sponsored by Specsavers.
Stay here, stay here.
I was told before by Greg O'Donnell, you can get me a pair of Tiger Eyes contact lenses. Martine takes it forward. How do you reckon that'll look on me, Steve?
Just don't come near my kids.
Well, here comes Ashworth anyway. We might not need the contact lenses. He hasn't got support. He finds support in Kevill. Kevill. Oh, he throws the ball about 4 metres forward.
Oh, great run, great move, and just a little bit of poor execution there at the end. But, I think Kevill, good, right idea.
He did well to get there. The thought was there. It just slipped out his hands. The ball's greasy out there. There's been a bit of moisture.
Yeah, right idea, just poorly executed. But, this will test him now and see how he comes back up, and can't afford to get too frustrated with himself.
We'll look at the replay here. There's Ashworth. We know he's quick. He's got a couple of good length of the field tries. That was questionable. And that one, I tell you what, he was throwing forward to Jared Hayne for the San Francisco 49ers via Fiji.
Yeah, that one is slightly forward, shall we say.
That one was all stops to Sydney, mate. And again, another good scrum by the Greens. Rouse is on the short side. Oh, Costa just can't go with the ball there, Sikiotis.
Yeah, should have held on to that one, Gareth. A good pass. It was looked like a nice little move too, but again, poor execution. Now bit of a change. See if Wanderers can inflict a bit of pressure onto Merewether down in their 22.
Will be interesting to see what they do with what they go to. They go to the back. Oh, it's won by the Carlton side. Cleaned up. The back by Matt Island.
Yeah, it's going to be a big part of this game. I think they're 2 hookers down, the Wanderers, and yeah, they're going to have to sort that line out thrown out pretty quick.
The quick ball's thrown again. Kevill's back there. Zakatala has support, and he throws a shocking ball to Rahui, who manages to keep the ball in touch. But Rahui, he's strong. He's still going.
So he's done well there to recover from that, and he's shown a bit of strength there on his feet.
Yeah, nice work by Richardson, playing on the wing for the Greens. He's a fullback or fly half generally, but such is the form of young Sam Rouse at the back. He's been shifted to the wing.
Yeah, sometimes it's important to get your best 15 players on, even if they are out of position. A good player is still a good player. The scrums have been pretty even to begin with. Been some pretty solid scrums from both teams, and we'll be interesting to see how they go once they tire out a bit and settle into this game. And yeah, we'll see who might get the ascendancy.
So Des Gilbert just not happy with something out there. Sherwood having a bit of a chat on the tight head side.
Set.
So scrums are set, and again holding strong is the Merewether Carlton side. Ernst, I thought it might have been knock on. Gilbert says knock back.
Might have caught onto a foot there, stray foot, Gareth, I think, but well recovered.
A little bit of home ground advantage as well, Steve, might have come into play as the vocal crowd here is Merewether. Oh, Cavill comes up with an absolute specky. Get him in an AFL jersey.
I thought that
Here
was
comes Atala now. Atala has Jennings. Atala might not need him, but he's tackled
tackle
from behind on the far side.
Tackle, release.
The Merewether Carlton side, they're slow to get back here. Ball comes to Simmons. Goes behind Ham. Battolina, the Argentinian, calling Wanderers home for the last few years. Goes now to Martin. Gets through the other side.
Good last-ditch tackle.
So strong, it's trouble if they go wide.
Yeah.
Ashworth has Cavill, and they're not going to stop Cavill. That is a try well worked by the 2 Blues, Steve.
Yeah, no, all credit there to Wanderers. They patient, well executed, and just put the ball through the hands rather than trying any fancy stuff, and they've come away with the spoils. Some good play there, and first time they've put Merewether under pressure, so this game's starting to set up quite nicely. Gareth?
Well, it sure is. First points for the 2 Blues against the run of play.
Merewether be pretty buoyed. There's some really good last-ditch tackling there. Dan Martin pulled down like a galloping gazelle he was, and got cut down pretty well, and down on the far side as well, a last-ditch tackle. Couldn't quite make out who it was, but great tackling from
You see the
Merewether.
replay there. Great last ditch. Martini's so dangerous, so close. The ball comes out. Cavill unmarked. And that is easy as you like, Steve.
Yeah, he'd be loving that, and might settle him down a bit and get the old competitive juices flowing in him again.
Well, completely against the run of play. The Wanderers, they've hung tight, steadfast. They've got plenty of experience in the tight games. Simmons, he's 5 in from touch. Strikes the ball, comes around, he shaves the post, it goes over.
Yeah.
Nice kick there by Simmons.
Thought he might have stopped it there a bit. Didn't think he was going to have the legs, but yeah, just creeped over.
So there's a point in it now. 8-7 is the score. It'll be Richardson with the ball in hand.
Yeah, Merewether going to the right-hand side. They're obviously identifying a bit of space that side.
And here's Jennings. We know he's quick, he's elusive, and he makes some good ground right up the middle there. The chase was poor by Carlton. And now Wanderers try and flood the breakdown. It's good counter-rucking. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty off his feet.
That's a real pity.
I thought the ball might have spat out the side there, and Stewart was on top of it.
Dan Garner did really well there, getting up, and just a couple of other players I think lost their feeding over on the top of him. But we've got to hold the discipline. I think for both sides, it's going to be vital in this game.
Big shout out to people watching all around the globe today, Steve. We've got a couple of Wanderers guys. Dr. Kohansky watching in the Czech Republic. Speaking to his son Ben before, he said, "Stay safe, Dad." Tonko's in China as the ball comes out now. John Fordham tuning in.
Isn't it great? You can still watch your local footy club playing even if you're not here.
And a couple of rats down in Melbourne as well watching the test as is Atala. This is a good matchup on this wing, Richardson and Atala. Atala. He's an underrated winger.
Yeah, he nearly had it there. I'd fancy another half a metre on that sideline. He would have been around him. So,
well, if his socks were pulled up, he's through.
Yeah.
The wind resistance, Steve. You need to take everything as the ball comes out to Crichton. Fogarty gets a flat ball. Strawn, good acceleration again by the centre. Here comes Strawn. Fogarty's on the inside.
Right.
Richardson comes around, gets a ball over the top. Good hands by Rouse, and Rouse will go in.
Yeah, really good try.
What a pickup.
Yeah, good try. Well, again, Strawn instrumental there. Really strong on his feet. Powerful little runner. Burst through the gap and released the ball really well. And Rouse did really well to pick up that ball as well and score that try.
Well, Richardson's come from the far wing to get involved in the play. He had Fogarty on the inside, went to Richardson. Richardson wasn't the best ball, but the hands by Rouse. What about that?
Yeah, great pickup. And to do it at speed like that too is pretty special.
So we'll look at the replay here. Fogarty, awkward looking ball to Strawn, and the strength shown in the tackle, the big bend inside, and the pickup by Rouse. That's as good as you'll see on any rugby ground in the world, Steve.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, the age-old saying, Gareth, you can't coach that. That's you're born with that.
So Merewether Carlton hit back. It's try for try at the moment here at Townsend Oval. Oh, and he's hit that one. It was straight, and it's straight over, Steve.
Yeah, these little kicks are going to probably count for a fair bit in the end, Gareth. And
15-7 the score now.
2 scores in front.
There's been 26 gone. It's been an exciting affair. Atala has the ball again. Let's see what they do. Again, they go deepish, but they go towards the corner this time. And Richardson gets a nice kick up towards the 40.
Yeah, I think they've given up, giving the Merewether Carlton boys the opportunity for angles and direction, so made them choose this time, and I think the result's been better for Wanderers on that kickoff.
So here comes Jackson Walsh. Needs to get the line out well done by Groth. Simmons standing flat. Kevill gets the ball. Good run by Kevill. Kevill getting them over the 30.
Yeah, that's more like the Kevill of old for sure.
Ashworth's picked up. He's lost the ball. Forward. Here goes Strawn. Strawn can't get away from Simmons.
Advantage over.
Ball comes off the back. Poor pass to Garner. Garner dealt with. Comes out wide now. Rouse one-on-one with Martin. Gets a little offload. What a ball. Fogarty just making the New South Wales 7 squad. Oh, nice ball to
nice.
Rouse. What can he do here? He has Ernst. He uses him, Ernst. Can he get there? He's got Atala, and Atala takes him down. And he'll come up with a ball too, Atala.
Great play there from Atala. Great play all round there, Gareth, in attack and defence.
Yeah, Ernst had the ball in the wrong hand there. I would have liked to see him swap hands and maybe put the fend out. Simmons comes back for it now and clears the kick downfield. Crichton lets it bounce. Rouse, he's back there.
He's been a handful today so far, Rouse.
Oh, he's an exciting player, that's for sure. Now Strawn tries to get outside Rahui. Rahui, good defence.
Yeah, that was good defence. He obviously just knocked it on a little bit there, but some really good play there, Gareth, and good defensive last-ditch tackling, and it's been a good game so far.
There's plenty of chat out there too. It threatens to boil over here. Rahui copping a big mouthful there from Strawn on the far side.
It is the local derby, so we'll forgive them this time.
It's the grudge match, and looks like Ernst has a bit of trouble.
Yeah, they'll be hoping he springs up pretty quick. He's been pretty good in linking these forwards with the backs, and the backs have been pretty on fire at the moment for Merewether, creating gaps, and Crichton and Rouse are probably the standouts at the moment.
And throw Strawn in the mix as well.
Strawn, yes. How could I forget him?
I think Rahui for the two Blues, he's the man that has to do something and can play the game open. What has been impressive is the scrum from Merewether Carlton. Coming into the match, I thought they'd be worked all over, and just goes to show what a pork knuckle can do with Snedden coming in.
Yeah.
He's certainly bulked up.
I had some of his goulash before coming up here, Gareth. What can I say? I'm still licking my lips.
I guess we won't be seeing you at half time then, Steve.
I'll be here. Let's just say I contemplated licking it off the floor when I spilled some.
Well, you certainly didn't lick it off your chin. I can see it here.
Where's my wife to tell me that when I need her?
She's in the sponsors' tent having fun. So Ernst, he's to his feet. Crichton comes up with it. Goes behind. Oh, was a poor ball by Crichton.
Yeah.
To be fair, first blemish on his game today. And good defence by the two Blues. They tried to play in behind and just rushed Crichton there a bit there, Steve.
Yeah. Just a bit of bad timing there. I think it wasn't too much wrong, but pass was just a bit too far in front of him.
So 30 minutes gone. There's still 10 to go in this half. So Merewether Carlton really can't afford to take their eye off the prize, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty excited with these two young packs, Gareth, with the exception of Dan Garner. Pretty young, up-and-coming packs, and it bodes well for the future of the rugby. Oh, it's a good scrum there from Merewether.
Oh, Martin picks it off the back. This is dangerous.
No, 7.
Sherwood feeding Simmons, goes wide to Atala. Here they come. We know he's quick. Great tackle from behind on Ashworth. Almost getting away, though. They're going to have to watch that, the Greens' defence, and Groth takes a much-needed hit up as Mac Ray dives over. Simmons stepping. Here he goes. Simmons can't get the arm free. Badalina was looming on the inside. Counter-rucking by the Greens. They've come up with another turnover. Here comes Richardson. Using Crichton. Crichton getting it to Fogarty, and Fogarty spills the ball. The two Blues still have it. Simmons picks it up with a nice one-handed scoop. And now it's inside to Mac Ray. But Des Gilbert, he's going to play the advantage, and it'll be a Wanderers scrum, Steve.
Pretty entertaining passage of play there, Gareth, and some nice offloads, and just a few little pushes, passes that pushed a little bit too hard, I think, and but it's fun to watch.
is certainly living up to the hype of the local derby. Of course, there's some guys up in Yeppoon watching this in far north Queensland. Tim Partridge and Greg Burgess getting up to no good, I'm sure. Getting plenty of tweets in here today on Bar TV Sports. Of course, get in the game with us on Bar TV Sports on Twitter, Facebook, of course our YouTube channel. As the ball comes now to Ashworth. Ashworth stepping, Fogarty comes across, still going Ashworth. Ball out wide, and that's going to be a try to Jennings. Good try.
Well worked try there, and the problem there, Gareth, I think it started from the scrum. Snedden got a good shove on his opposite number, but it created a bit too much of a shoulder and gave the number 8 a bit of a free rein, Dan Martin, to make some good yards, and it's got them in behind the Merewether line and resulted in a bit of freedom for the backs there and for Wanderers. So, yeah, just got to be careful to keep that scrum straight.
Well, Jennings will remember that try for a long time, scoring in green corner. As we look at the replay, Ashworth just gets out of a couple. He's very elusive, and that ball floating out to Jennings, who goes over in green corner, and I'm sure he would have copped a mouthful for his efforts there, Steve, but it was a good effort nonetheless.
Yeah, good try. It was a good try, and yeah, he wasn't too far away from all the Merewether sponsors, so I'm sure he gets a few daggers in his back there.
Of course, this Rams 2016 Premiership also brought to you by Viatech and NIB. And it is Sponsors Day here at Townsend Oval. And they're all out here, including Gloucester BMW. BMW doing great things for rugby across the nation in the pathway to gold. Supporting all the grassroots and mid-tier rugby union across the nation. Junior Gold Cup. The BMW's 20s just got knocked out of the 20s World Cup recently.
There's a few surprises in that 20s World Cup. Ireland beating the All Blacks for the first time as well. So bodes well for the future of rugby. You need a bit of variety, I think.
Oh, what about the kick? Sorry to cut you off. Another one from the sideline by Simmons. So 14-15, there's a point in it.
No one's giving away an inch here, are they?
5 minutes remaining in the half, and what a half it's been, Steve.
It's been a really good half, and everything you expect from a derby match, so it's been great.
Richardson again going for that right touch line. Rahui safe. And that's a brilliant touch finder almost by Atala, but Rouse is there. Richardson comes back. Snedden comes back. He's going to have to get over and clean out.
Got to get there and support him. Surrounded
it's
by
going to be a turnover, is it?
Oh.
Merewether Carlton just get there. Oh, it pops out. Des Gilbert's going to call a penalty. Oh, that is very unlucky for the two Blues there. Almost could have been called a knock-on.
Yeah.
From our vantage point here, Steve.
I thought the Blues had it there. They certainly had numbers to that breakdown a lot quicker than Merewether did. It'd be interesting to see what they do here. I fancy they might have a shot at goal.
It was a penalty that definitely could have gone towards the two Blues, but Merewether Carlton are going to take the shot.
Obviously.
And the Blues supporters up in this Clark stand, they're ropeable at the moment.
They'll be even more ropeable if this goes over, Gareth.
I can see Jono Wilson shaking his head.
A word, please. A word, please. Listen.
I think there's been a few words passed between players there, Gareth.
Yeah, Des Gilbert just having a chat. Sherwood had every right to question the decision, though. So Richardson, has he got the distance? Kicks the ball very upright, which we don't see too much of these days.
Yeah, there's certainly some interesting kicking tees and ball angles going around these days. Not like our day, Gareth, a bucket of sand and a big heavy leather ball.
Well, I'm not that old, Steve. Don't know about the leather ball, but certainly the sand. I remember going down to the Hunter River when I was a youngster and taking it up to Cook Park in Singleton. So here comes Richardson. That is an ugly looking kick, probably as ugly as you'll get, Steve.
Yeah, hazard to say, I could have done a better kick than that, I think.
As far as ugliness goes, that's a 10 out of 10 in my books.
Okay, so it's not a quick one, so you got to wait till left behind you.
Maybe it was justice, Gareth. I think.
Justice is served.
Yeah, I think Wanderers are unlucky to get that penalty away.
So Ernst, he's back. Crichton steps. Oh, he's met by some good defence. Stepping on the far side is Sikiotis, and he's taken over the touchline. So the dying stages of this half. The score 15-14. Both sides coming back at each other. It's the local derby.
Stay there.
Oh, the Wanderers win a nice line out there. Here comes Kevill. Kevill takes the ball forward.
Kevill's definitely picked up the...
it's stolen though by the green side. Another turnover. Mac Ray getting the ball now. Wrestled to the ground. The Wanderers' breakdown work has been substandard today. It's not like them, and Sneddon gets a ball from Strawn, finding himself out wide. Here comes Rouse. Sikiotis, he's quick. Puts a foot out in the touchline though.
No line out, play on.
Quick line out comes. Atala has it. Sums it up, gets a ball straight down the centre of the field.
That's not a bad kick with a nice bounce.
And there's Strawn doing his best to get back. Richardson
Inside.
pumps it downfield. Good option there.
Good result in the end for Wanderers. A kick from their 22, and they've now got the line out just over in Merewether territory.
You want a better gap? All right. How's that? How's that gap? What's wrong with that?
We can see Des Gilbert, or hear Des Gilbert out there wanting the gap. Oh, Crichton goes to soccer the kick through and comes up with a big air
Roll
swing.
6.
Yeah, they've got that
The
ball
Greens
there.
have the ball back though, or poor pass, and no, Island's met by Martine. Throwing his body. The two number 6s, or the two loose forwards, sorry. Kevill comes up, and it's going to be a penalty. He's not happy with it.
Just in from the side there, Gareth. And
to be fair, he had his poker face on.
Okay. No, back next.
I think Des Gilbert needed a microphone, would he?
Thank you. Silly.
And the referees, of course, sponsored by Specsavers. There's been a couple of Specsaver moments out there today, Steve, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's too easy, that link up, isn't it? Specsavers and referees.
Well, it's good that they're putting money into grassroots refereeing, and of course, refereeing across the country.
It's you're dead right, Gareth. It's a hard job, and yeah, you every weekend these guys turn out and put the yards in.
Fogarty gets the ball to Rouse, who's met in some good defence. I think it was Rahui. And that was Jennings, was it? Yes. Youngster on youngster.
Yeah.
Okay, contest.
Penalty.
Contest, all right? No, not here.
There's Rahui.
It's a contest, all right? It was a contest between two teams. Hands in the ruck.
Hands in the ruck, yep.
We're done.
Good hit, put them under pressure, and yeah, I think the right result there, Gareth.
Well, the game's had everything. It's had big hits, good tries. The set piece is working for both sides. Simmons doesn't find touch and finds Rouse.
Sure.
And Rouse with a ugly looking kick to get them into half time. The score 15-14 in this Rams 2016 Premiership feature match. We're going to take a quick break and get back with you guys. We're going to have a chat to Jimmy Gardner from the Newcastle Herald for all his thoughts at half time. We'll be back with you in a couple of minutes. Well, here we are with James Garner from the Newcastle Herald. Of course, the Newcastle Herald covering all the NHRU and all the sport around Newcastle and the 100. Jimmy,
Yeah.
you've got a few hats on, but you're here today for the rugby.
Indeed. What a day. I thought it was going to be, as we said, a mud bath and a horrible day, but it's been a pretty good day for afternoon for rugby. Been some good tries scored, certainly some physicality in some of the hits out there. Been very impressed with Josh Stewart from Merewether Carlton. First good look at him. I think he's gone into 3 tackles and come out with the ball 3 times, and not just tackles. I mean tackles on Luke Sherwood, Dan Kevill, and Tapaki Rahui. So he's certainly added some starch and a bit of mongrel to the Greens pack. Also been Jay Strawn, geez, he doesn't look like an outside centre, does he? But geez, when he gets the ball, he's so good on his feet. He has that knack of getting outside a bloke or getting through a tackle, and he's really set up both tries for the Greens and been the dominant figure out wide.
Yeah, definitely for an outside centre. He certainly looks like a good hooker.
Has been drinking with you too much, Gareth, I think.
Very good. The Wanderers, they're a little bit disappointing at the breakdown. I think they just haven't shown what they've shown in the last 8 rounds, I guess. They've been dominant at the breakdown, and Merewether Carlton just getting there.
Well, because they're normally so effective there, they don't commit a lot of people, and you found that Josh Stewart is very good at counter-rucking. He's very good at getting on the ball. He's built so close to the ground with that centre of body weight, and he's so strong. He's been able to either slow it down or steal the ball, and that's hasn't enabled them to get the front foot ball they're used to. Dan Martin's standing a little bit wide. Maybe he needs to play a little bit tighter and help Dan Kevill out, and also Ben Ham there and Cal Groff. But this is a game where whichever team you think has the possession in the second half looks likely to score. It's one of those games where I think it'll be I don't think they'll play the corners as such, but I think it's a team that needs to hang on to the ball, because when they string 5 or 6 phases together, inevitably points come.
Well, both sides with a few interruptions, I guess, in their packs this week. I've been impressed by both packs. They've certainly come to play. Yeah,
Wanderers certainly missing 2 of your front 3 is going to hurt your scrum, and they were under a bit of pressure there early on. The big former Irish under 20 prop, James Robinson, looks like a good scrummager on the tight head side. I'm sure Steve's been commenting on that. But yeah, the scrum's been pretty even. Line-out's been pretty even. Again, it's just little one-off missed tackles that have proved costly for Wanderers in defence. And a couple of poor reads for the Greens.
Wanderers, with all the experience over the last couple of years, they're behind on the scoreboard by a point. But I guess that doesn't mean anything coming into the second half. They pretty much start from nil, Jimmy.
Yeah, even when they were down 8-0, they didn't look to be too panicked. It wasn't panic stations. Dan Kevill very vocal. This certainly means a fair bit to him. He's been good in patches. Made a couple of mistakes, which the Greens fans have certainly made the most of. But again, it's hard to split him at this point. Whoever has the ball looks the most likely. So I think it will definitely come down to both instructions to both teams will be, let's hang on to the ball, build some pressure, and the points will come.
Yeah, very good. Of course, your column will be going live tonight, of course, on the herald.com.au. And, of course, Monday's paper. Always look forward to grabbing a Newcastle Herald from the shop and having a read with my coffee. Can't wait to read it,
Good to see you buying more plays, mate. I just had a quick look at the halftime scores, too. I only have 1, but Waratah, 19, leading Maitland 3. So a bit of an upset potentially on the cards there.
Yeah, well, just getting on that, Waratah certainly look like they're coming good with a couple of those new players.
Yeah, they certainly had an influx of talent there, some size and some fitness. Dylan Hines coming back, as well as Karl Manu. They're going to be a very difficult team to beat in the second half.
Well, that train at Waratah Station certainly lets a few good players off at the station, mate.
Well, mate, as we've mentioned, Panita, I've got no problems with good imports as long as they're not standing in the way of kids coming through. And to be fair, there's not too many kids at Waratah at the moment. That's one aspect of their club they need to get in order. But I can't wait for this second half. As I said, I think it's going to go right down to the wire. The game breakers for mine again will be Dan Kevill for Wanderers and Tapaki Rahui. He made a couple of mistakes defensively that you don't normally see, but he's been very strong with the ball. And George Ashworth at fullback, geez, I've been impressed with him the way he straightens it up.
Yeah, the last few weeks we've covered them. He certainly plays well, and he interchanges well with Atala. And Atala's a good fullback in his own right.
And Elliot Jennings, after his error first on, he spilt that right in front of the Greens coaching box over there. That could have been the start of a very poor day for him, but he's rebounded strongly, made a couple of good grabs and then scored a very good try in the corner. So he's rebounded very nicely. And the other one we haven't mentioned is young Rouse. Geez, for a 17 or 18-year-old kid, he's got maturity and vision, and he's a very, very bright future, which I think we all know.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Thanks very much for joining us, Jimmy. It's always a pleasure to hear your thoughts and read your articles on the Rams 2016 Premiership. Be sure to get in, buy your Newcastle Herald, and celebrate everything in sport across the Hunter Valley. We're back now for the second half. It'll be Merewether Carlton with the kickoff. They're running left to right towards that green room. They love coming home towards the green room. Steve, I know yourself, second half specialist. Yeah, you've run that way many a time. As we see the start of the second half, it's An easy taken kick there by Ben Ham.
Yeah, good start there from Ben. Nice take and nice little run.
Simmons.
Just for the sake of the people watching, there's no predominant win, so there's no real advantage, I think, besides maybe the psychological advantage of scoring in the green corner for the Merewether Carlton boys.
Well, we saw at half-time there the Wanderers getting together in that huddle. They're not far out of this contest. Merewether Carlton having the weight of possession, so it's a testament to their attack, the two Blues.
Yeah, they've certainly had a lot less of the possession, as you said, but they've come away with the points each time, and Merewether will be certainly keen to shore up that defensive line.
Well, Fogarty, good run up over halfway there. Garner coming round the corner, feeds Hills. Ernst is searching for it. Crichton goes flat. Oh, good tackle.
Good hit.
Kevill was in there. There was someone else from the two Blues.
Oh,
And they've come up with a turnover.
Oh,
Simmons, good hands. Murch, poor ball out to Jennings. Jennings juggles, he catches it. Sekiotis runs him down though and takes him over the sideline. So early on, the Wanderers looking to show their intent and attack. Very poor option by Strawn.
Yeah, too many.
Tried to be tricky, didn't have to be tricky. And now all the pressure on the Greens here.
I think they've just brought them back to the lane. A bit fortunate there for Strawn.
Oh, he was lucky.
Yeah.
I thought Des Gilbert indicated it was a knock-on.
Yeah, it looked it for all money.
Hey, Blue.
So Strawn, the captain, uncharacteristic. He's been the best out there for the Greens in the first half. Along with Rouse.
Yeah, good take there from Rouse.
Ernst, that is a box kick. They may as well have taken the scrum there because they found no distance. Crichton was set, would have been the better option there, Steve.
Yeah, he just bottomed out on that kick. I think he had a fair bit of height, not enough distance. It's like the old saying from once we're Warriors. Huh?
So the Carlton side, they have to defend now. Simmons has the ball. Rahui runs with it. Gets past Fogarty. Good run by Rahui. They cut out Martin and go to Atala on the far side.
Merewether got to watch
little
the discipline
nuggety run.
here.
Coming through there.
7 offside.
Stewart, we hear advantage being played. Picking and driving now the two Blues. They're dangerous here.
Yeah, they're gaining good few metres each time they pick and drive there, Gareth. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep.
And that's going to be a try! Good try there to Wanderers. Well worked. They showed the patience.
Good. That's good.
They picked, they drove, they got over the line.
Good try from Wanderers, and whether that's the good coaching that's come through that might have identified a bit of a weak AB defensive, they might be waiting for the ball to go out to the backs, and shows that Merewether got to shore up that in-close defence and the close ruck defence, because they gained a lot of metres there in that close-in stuff.
Well, they've come out in the second half, a different side, the Merewether Carlton team. They certainly haven't got that spring in their step. As you can see, Crichton laying down the law out there. As we look at the replay, it was simple but effective. Now Simmons, can he make it 3 from 3 from the touchline?
Yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes there from Gareth Ernst, and it all sort of started from the poor box kick. So, yeah, just back to basics, I think, for the Greens.
Well, even the brain snap by Strawn, I know they got away with it, but to try and throw that ball in quick, it just wasn't on. So,
yeah,
I don't know what Sykes has said, but I'm sure it wasn't that at half time.
They got to settle down and just go through the motions, I think, but obviously keep that aggression going as well. And a great kick there as well.
He's kicked it against Simmons. He's got his boots on today. He's had a couple of off weeks, Simmons, but today he's 3 from 3. And it's now 21-15. Merewether Carlton behind on the scoreboard for the first time today.
Yeah, it's I don't think it's quite how Stacey would have wanted the half to start, but they've got to learn now to bounce back and good.
Oh, good take by Ham. Spinning out of the tackle. Sherwood to Martine. Martine taken nicely. Coming back now to Simmons, who'll kick. Finds some good distance on it, but it bounces up nicely for Rouse. He's dangerous, but didn't have any options there off the side of the boot. Rahui has a mile of space down this touchline. Merewether Carlton scramble and adapt. Hands in the ruck. He'll get a call there, Gilbert. Advantage being played. Martine. Good run by him.
Good strong
Here
run.
come the two Blues again. Simmons. Flat ball. And a good run there by young Jackson Walsh. Simmons again. They're playing wide now, the two Blues. Atala keeps the ball alive.
They're really mixing it up well here, Wanderers, and some in-close stuff and then swinging it out wide. It's really got Merewether Carlton guessing.
Simmons inside ball. Groth taking that one.
Good run.
Good phase play by the two Blues. Oh, coming off the line. Here comes Simmons. He stepped the wrong way. Crichton almost offside there. The Wanderers crowd certainly thought he was.
I think we've got an advantage here, Gareth.
Oh, he's picked up. That could find him in some trouble.
Yeah.
Des Gilbert will have a chat here. Strawn. Don't know if he's milking it, but may have lost some wind there.
Yeah.
He was picked up and driven, so it'll be interesting to see what Des Gilbert has to say here, the referee. But Wanderers, they've come out this second half, and Viv Passy, not known for the rocket launch, but he certainly probably would have said something to the effect in the halftime huddle. Oh, so he's going to get 10 minutes here. Very unlucky there for Walsh. He was just playing out of his skin at that very moment.
Yeah,
Got the body in the wrong position. It is the laws these days.
Yeah, he'd be pretty disappointed with that. They've had a really good start to the second half, and that's going to be a glitch for sure. And interesting to see how Wanderers adapt with that.
Well, that's a good touch finder, getting them up to the halfway. So they're going to have to make a couple of changes here. The two Blues, just to adjust with the hooker coming from the field. Be interesting to see who they get on. I noticed Colin Hovell had his gear on before. Oh, Cavill comes up with a very good steal. Sherwood. So here comes Simmons, flat ball, Benham.
Roll, mate, roll out. Thank you.
Simmons now. Murch, quick hands to Rahui. Atala. Ashworth.
Tackle, let it go. No hands. Hands out.
Oh, good ball to Groth. Flat ball.
Good strong run there.
And good run.
I think you might. Oh, has he turned that over, Gareth? Yeah,
It's a turnover. So picking and driving now the Greens, but they look up against it at the moment. The home side struggling to find anything. Ernst directing some traffic. Oh, penalty to the two Blues.
Gets the run of play.
It's in kicking distance.
I've no doubt.
Simmons is on fire too.
Yeah, no doubt they'll go for the three here to put them 2 scores in front and eat up a bit more time with the yellow card as well, Gareth.
Yeah, so Simmons, he's indicated for the posts. 21-15 to the two Blues.
Yeah, they need to find a little bit of impetus here. The Greens, they've lost that little ability they had in the first half to break the line and get in behind Wanderers. Wanderers, on the other hand, have mixed it up really well, kept it in close, made sure that the Carlton defenders cover all the areas. So, yeah, Wanderers certainly coming out the second half all fired up.
Well, they're a totally different side, the Greens, this half. And the two Blues, they've certainly show why they're sitting in second spot at the moment. Over the last few years, they've been steeled for matches like this. And Steve Barretto from 8 Recruitment. It's his sponsors day, so we thank him for being up here. The paparazzi's flashing him. But here comes Simmons. Striking it well. He's hit that. It's flat. And that has sailed over the dot. So now the score 24-15. And Merewether Carlton 2 tries behind.
Yeah, he hasn't looked like missing all day at the moment, Gareth. And again, that's going to have to be something Merewether going to look at. Discipline when they're that close to the line. Otherwise, I think Wanderers will just keep slotting those 3 points.
That's a very high restart. Battolina comes up for it. Oh, good take.
Great take.
The Argentinian, he's up for it. Ball comes wide to Simmons. Finds some open space, which they weren't doing in the first half, Steve. As Rouse is forced to come across.
Yeah, good play
there. It looks
there.
like he may have. I thought he took that over the 22.
He was close.
Dan Cavill thinks he has, but the touch judge, he's the man that counts, and he has said that he hasn't.
Well, I think Merewether a bit lucky there, but a good result, I suppose, for Wanderers in the end, even if they didn't get the call go their way.
So big Leland Marshall has the ball. Let's see how this throw goes. Of course, Walsh, the hooker, spending some time in the sin bin. Oh, that's a wonky looking throw, but Martin comes up with it. Sherwood. Cavill finds a flick pass that goes to nobody. Murch picks it up. Knock on, says Gilbert. Wow, that was a 50-50 call, Steve.
Yeah, it was.
70-30 call even.
Line out was the same, and in the words of Sam Thaiday, it wasn't pretty, but we got the job done.
Wow. Good to see you quoting the great 21st century poet, Sam Thaiday. And Kevill's down, he's clutching at his knee, maybe, is he there?
Dawdle to the line out. Right, don't call numbers, right? You want to get there quickly, set your line, no problem, numbers is an option for you. But if you're going to dawdle, put numbers. Again,
I wouldn't be surprised that this might be slightly tactical, Gareth, and eat up a bit more time of the clock while they're a man down, so...
Yeah, the old stalwart.
Till line at first, yeah, okay.
We'll have the change here, so they've done well, the two Blues, not to bring on the replacement hooker. They played about 5 minutes. A man down. They put some points on the board, so everything they've asked for. And Kevill's still taking his time to get up.
I feel bad now. I think he's coming off.
Yep.
I think he actually may be coming off.
Sorry, Dan, if you watch this, I didn't mean it.
But they can sub someone.
He's going to walk it out.
No.
The good old-fashioned cork.
Okay, 4 off. Top on. Okay, time on.
I haven't seen him limp like that since Mad Monday 2011.
He's doing well to limp.
Well, he's back. He's into it. And it'll be scrum time. Des Gilbert had a little chat to the Greens there about numbers in the line-out as well. So we'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's sometimes forgotten thing. If you're man down, they just assume. But someone needs to take the charge of that, and normally the hooker.
Rouse is lined up on the blind side. It goes open to Crichton. Crichton with a nice high kick. It's going to test Atala. But he's safe as you can be and gets a banana kick out towards Ernst. Ernst, it fades away from him, and Ernst is going to shift the ball downfield, and it's a poor kick again by the halfback. the better option. Rouse is waiting for the ball. There was no chase, but he chose to kick it, and it's gone out on the full.
Yeah, I was about to say the kicking has actually been quite high quality, and then Gareth went and proved me wrong. But yeah, some characteristic mistakes there from Gareth Ernst. You'd be hitting himself over the head with that.
Comes off the top. Oh, it's been knocked on as well by Sneddon. So everything going wrong at the moment for the Greens.
That was a hard one there for Sneddon. That ball was pretty messy coming off the top there, that line out, and it's a difficult one for him to clean up.
Of course, James.
When you're ready. Sorry.
His restaurant's providing the man of the match, the Dus Hunt House Pork Knuckle of the Week award.
Oh, dangerous place for me. Beer and food.
Well, we had the pork knuckle sandwiches in there the other day. He brought us in there, and they were absolutely amazing. So get out there, support the sponsors, and that's a short arm to the two Blues. So Martin takes the quick one.
He's been pretty good so far, Dan Martin. Pretty live wire, and
Rahu, he has the ball, gets it to Ashworth, and he's going to feed Jennings, and Jennings will score! Try in the corner.
Try.
Jennings goes over for his second.
Bonus point.
That's a bonus point, and this is troubling times for the Greens here at home.
Yeah, they'll certainly be a bit concerned with that. They're 15 v 14, and I think the sin betting is due to come back on any minute, so yeah, Merewether really need to step up now and pick up their game. I think it's just a few mistakes and just clean it, be a bit more clinical at the breakdown, I think, and just try and string a few phases together. Might get them back on the front foot.
Well, it's almost a mirror image to the side that went out. The two Blues, as we look at the replay here.
Okay, all right.
Good run by Martin, and should never have got the overlap there, the two Blues, and Jennings goes in the corner. They're a man down. They've got the overlap, so something definitely going wrong in the Greens midfield defence there. And this is Simmons' toughest assignment today, but a brave man would back against him here, Steve.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to put money on this one. As he said, he hasn't looked like missing today. He's been pretty dead-eyed deep.
He's hit that one. It's got a bit of fade on it and doesn't quite come around.
Yeah.
So that's his first miss of the day, his toughest miss of the day. So the score remains.
He'll let him off with that one, I think.
So restart now for the Greens. The sponsors 10 looks subdued. Battolina, he's done well again. The man from Mendoza, here comes Martin.
He's been pretty good, Martin. He's been pretty strong on his feet, and he's gotten 5 or 10 yards every time he's touched the ball.
Penalty now, and the penalties that were going Merewether Carlton's way in the first half, they now seem to be shifting as momentum shifts here at Townsend Oval.
It wasn't the second man, it was the first man. Right.
Yeah, it's certainly going all Wanderers' way at the moment, and Merewether really got to start searching deep because they're slowly running out of time in this half, and they certainly don't want to be letting any more scores in, that's for sure, because that game will start to get out of touch, and
wasn't you.
if it's not already.
Yeah.
As we see there, the sponsors, a few old war stories going on. And again, the two Blues come up with that. Penalty again to the two Blues. The Wanderers now
Down your feet, please.
effortlessly going up the field. And the discipline just gone out of Merewether Carlton's game.
Yeah, it's a big part of the modern game. You can't afford to do it, and it's just piggybacked Wanderers all the way down from their 22. And that was a pretty poor kick there, to be fair, but
when you're getting them for free, it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, Martin picks it up. He's in open space. He's brought down from behind, though. Comes out to Simmons. Atala now, here they come. Rahui, Ashworth. Ashworth goes himself, and that's a try. The Wanderers, they're coming home. And there's a scuffle on in the middle of the park. It's all on. It's all happening here. As we see the last bits of it. The fracas.
Okay, no, it's all right.
Dan Garner having a chat to Gilbert. I don't know if anything's going to be reversed here.
Yeah, both touch judges have made their way under the stick, so I don't know if they've got... Well, we'll be quiet and see if we can hear him.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing. So just continue play with the try.
Continue play with the try is the call from Gilbert.
Probably looked worse than it was, Gareth, by the looks of it, and probably not
they
too much.
Always are, Steve. As we look at the replay here, Martin again breaking free. Simmons, Atala, Rahui maybe taken a little late. Probably would have started it a little high around the head.
21, Phyllis.
But there's still a man down. So, again, they've scored with the overlap.
Might be a bit of frustration boiling over, and you'd have to say, Gareth, it's not looking really good for the Greens at the moment, is it?
It's looking abysmal here at Townsend Oval. Wanderers now firmly asserting themselves as one of the two premiership favourites, along with Hamilton Hawks. We know we can't discount the Greens, and he's made no mistake there against Simmons. We know we can't discount the Greens. We see them come from behind so often.
Yeah, certainly can't, and you know, this is just a small little hiccup, and it's all going to count for nothing once we get to the last 8, but yeah, they'll be disappointed, there's no doubt.
36-15 the score. That's a high kick there, Batalina. Oh, he's met with some solid defence again. He's been courageous there taking those kicks though, Steve.
Oh, he's taken every one as well, and putting the body on the line. Some really good play.
And again, Rahui, he gets the ball behind him.
There's still a gap there, Gareth, and Merewether be wondering what's going on the right-hand side there. I don't know, they seem to have numbers overlap each time they swing it out, so...
Yeah, it's definitely a communication problem between, I guess, the new winger and young Sikiotis, and probably Strawn, I guess. Not really adjusting.
They might need to adjust their lines rather than a straight-up flat defence, and maybe a shift and hold structure, but it's certainly something they need to address pretty quick. And
well, here they come. Merewether come with their first real opportunity of this half. It's been 18 minutes gone. Crichton gets the ball. Goes flat to the line, breaks the line. Can't get the ball free though.
So good break, but again, good defence there from the Wanderers.
Stewart making a good break, and the Wanderers are all over this ball. Comes to the back though, offloading to Garner. He's safe. Here's Strawn. No options for Strawn. They look bewildered at the moment, the Greens. One out stuff. Oh, good tackle by the two Blues, really muscling up now in defence. They've come away with a turnover, have they? No, it spits out the back. Ernst
could be in here.
Feeds Strawn. He's close. They go to the short side, and that's almost a try held up, says Gilbert. Green corner went up. They did their best to persuade him.
Yeah. I think if the decision went to the umpire, I think the green corner would have it. Looks like, yep, held up.
So the Greens will get another chance here. They need to try to get back in this match. The Wanderers have been very efficient this half.
Yeah, first time Merewether been on their line, so they really need to come away with points here if they're actually going to be serious about a comeback here.
They need to make sure of this scrum to start with. And that's a good effort by the Greens pack. Goes to Fogarty. Fogarty gets a poor ball from Crichton. Crichton gets the ball now, spins it wide. Richardson spinning out of a tackle, but great defence by Jennings.
Oh, they've turned it over.
Oh, they've turned the ball over, as you said. Oh, but it's a penalty to the Greens. I do not know about that one, Steve.
Yeah.
That, if the other one was 70-30, that one's surely 90-10.
Yeah, that was it. I'd be interested to see what happened there, Gareth, but I certainly thought Wanderers had just had muscle Merewether there, to be honest.
They're going to go for the line here. Great defence by the Wanderers. They kept coming and coming. Drove the Greens back 20 metres. So an unlucky penalty as the Greens.
Yeah, big moment here for the Greens. Dan Garner's got to make sure he's got that call and hits his mark.
There's Garner. Let's see what they do. They go to the back. They set up for the maul. Can the two Blues defend it? They try to drive on. Good defence by the Wanderers pack. It spits out the back. Offside. Referee says no, but it's going to be a knock on. The Merewether Carlton player was 100% that time offside, Steve. So getting away with all the calls now.
It is Townsend Oval, Gareth, I suppose, and we'll go Townsend Oval call there, I think.
We might get a look at the replay for all our viewers at home. The Wanderers crowd in disbelief.
Good defence at the maul there from Wanderers, though,
Great
as
defence. As we'll see it here, the ball spits out. Goes in front and wow, he knocked it on about 4 times. And then he was offside as well.
Maybe he's just trying to keep us entertained, the ref.
Oh, good scrum by Wanderers. They have to pick up. McRae does so, finds Rouse. Rouse can't get around his man, but he's going to have to get some players around him. Sneddon taking it up and Cavill meeting him. They pick and drive now. Hills that time. Settles the play. Oh, they've turned it over. Here comes Sherwood kicking the ball downfield. Sikiotis. He has Jennings. Oh, he loses his footing. Punches the ball downfield. Sherwood taken late, and I think someone is going to find themselves in a bin here.
I don't think there was the problem with the timing, Gareth. I think it was more the shoulder.
Yeah, definitely the shoulder charge, and Sherwood, to his credit, stayed down, the old veteran. The captain.
Shoulder, it was silly, mate. They're allowed to have a go at any time. There was balls in the air. Balls in the air.
But a great effort by the two Blues to get themselves out of trouble. Merewether had everything. They threw everything at them. They got a few calls their way, and now we see the Wanderers deep in the Greens half.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another shot at goal here, Gareth, to eat up a bit more time and maybe possibly add another 3 points. I think there's nothing really left for Wanderers to get. They got the bonus point. They've pretty much got the win now. And,
well, there's still 15 minutes remaining. 36-15.
Very
3
optimistic,
tries,
Gareth. Very optimistic.
3 tries to get the draw. Well, if you can't be optimistic, Steve, what can you be?
It is
on
Derby
Sponsors Day.
Sponsors
Derby Day.
A good position here for Wanderers.
Oh, this is an unbelievable position. They set it up. Are they going to go for the ball? No, they're going to get Leland Marshall. He's close. Oh, well worked set piece move. Groff taking them forward now. They're close. They need to go right. Sherwood, he's looking for it. He's searching for it.
They've got the ball back. Oh.
Referee Gilbert says held up.
Held up.
So the pressure. Kevill looking for the video referee there, signalling. So he's added a sense of humour to his artillery this year, Dan Kevill.
Great call.
Indicated a knock on there, I think, Gareth, did he?
Yeah, may have dropped the ball over the line, but the pressure all on Merewether Carlton. Zakatala's playing in the fullback role at the moment, as he's been swapping all game.
Been really impressed with the Wanderers back row, Martin and Groth in particular. That both been pretty good on the ball and made some good yards.
Crichton didn't get the best ball, and he certainly didn't get the best kick away.
They're
falling to pieces here, the Greens.
Struggling to relieve the pressure. Just executions letting them down a little bit. The passing and kicking out of hand has been pretty substandard this second half. It was really on top of its game there in the first half, Gareth, and it's really starting to show the second half that you need a good kick out of hand to get out of your zone and relieve some of the pressure that gets created.
Young Jennings has come from the field. He's had a great game, 2 tries.
Did you say 14 or 13?
Could have almost
14,
got 3.
sorry, okay.
Ashworth took the ball himself. Long ball now to Simmons. Murch. Haven't seen too much of Murch today.
Whoa!
So strong, though, getting them on the front foot yet again. Waller. They turn the ball over, so now the Greens looking to attack. And Snedden. He's got pork knuckle for hand, Steve.
That's a bit unlucky. He's actually had pretty good games so far, Snedden, and that's a bit unlucky.
Yeah, unfortunate there. The big eyes lit up, didn't they?
Unfortunately.
Open space. When you've got a number 1 on the back, tends to happen.
White line fever, I think they call it.
He would have scored from there too if he caught that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right here.
As we look at the replay, the drop there. To be fair, he had a couple of bigger players outside him.
Bind!
Again, the execution there from Merewether letting them down. And, again, Merewether under pressure.
That scrum going down. So they're going to go over to Snedden's side. Check it out.
Probably a few tired legs going as well, Gareth. Probably adding to it.
The scrummaging of James Robinson's been impressive today, as James Garner mentioned at half-time. Played Irish 20s. A setup you're familiar with, Stephen?
Yeah, he's there's no doubt you get to that level, you come through a certain degree of coaching and professionalism, and good scrum there.
We saw him there. He really drove in. The referee going on the other side, and he used all his experience there to come away with a tight head, and Ernst kicks towards the sideline. So 11 minutes remaining here.
Yeah, I think
Merewether Carlton will need an absolute miracle here at Townsend Oval to keep the sponsors happy.
It's looking increasingly unlikely, Gareth, I think. They're going to need a major miracle, I think.
Well, they go to Groth. They go behind Kevill. Long ball out the back, and here comes Atala. Atala kicks inside. Rahui's there, and Fogarty takes it over the touchline.
Okay, we've got a line out.
Speed in numbers, bodies in motion. It's beautiful to watch, Steve.
Yeah, it certainly is, and the Wanderers are making it look like they've got so much time on the ball, and on the flip side, Merewether look like they're rushed when they've got it. So that's a credit to the Wanderers' defence, I suppose, but also a credit to the slick and a bit more polished handling of the Wanderers' backline.
Off the top, Simmons gets it, finds Rahui. Met by Fogarty. Fogarty puts him down. Kevel coming for the run, coming across, the ball's free.
Oh, they were lucky
But
to
the
get
two
that back.
Blues are lucky to get it back, as you mentioned. Offside, Des Gilbert.
9.
What will the Greens do here?
Less than 10
Okay,
minutes
come on,
to
if you
go,
want, yeah.
Gareth. I think you've got to just
3 tries in it.
heave-ho down the field, get your touch and set up, I think.
No, it's 19. In?
So just checking out the substitute.
Yeah, fortunate there, just probably wasn't long on and
Nick. Let him go.
straight off.
Gets a little blood bin.
Roll on, Nick.
Claret flowing from the nose.
Come on. Okay.
So double
Tom.
substitution there.
Brave
That
move.
looks like Eddie Clifton's come on. Oh, they've taken the tap. Mac Ray's the man who takes the tackle. Here comes Strawn. Nice pass, flick ball. They're using their hands, heels.
Yeah.
Here comes Stewart. Stewart. Haven't seen too much of the running game from Stewart this year. Here's Garner. Always there, always present. Sneddon now picks and drive, gets his body in an awkward position, but the ball comes back.
Play on.
Batalina comes out. The
Play
ball
on,
was
advantage.
Yeah.
well and clear.
Gareth held
But
onto it too long there, Gareth.
Here goes Mac Ray. So advantage played. It'll be a Wanderers knock on. But Merewether Carlton, they're just getting beaten to everything at the moment. The desperation isn't quite there, Steve.
I think that's exactly what it is, Gareth, the desperation. That both sides had a fair little break there. They were all set up and ready for that quick tap, and I don't think there was much to be gained from that tap penalty. I'm all for a quick one when you've got the opposition off guard, but Wanderers were there waiting.
And Merewether Carlton,
Keep an eye on the back play now. So
their coach Stacey Sykes will be disappointed with his second half effort by them. They matched the Wanderers in everything physically, out wide, defensively as well, but their outside backs defence in this second half has been abysmal at best.
Yeah, they found a lot of space on this left-hand side, Wanderers, and they've certainly taken advantage and kept the Greens scoreless so far the second half. Yeah, the Greens won't be happy, for sure.
Of course, this is the Rams 2016 Premiership fixture, and Fogarty breaks the line.
Nice break.
NIB and Viatech, of course, the other major partners for the Rams 2016 year. Stewart now picking, driving. Eddie Clifton taking his time to get a ball away. Mac Ray.
let it go, tackle.
Oh,
There's bodies going down everywhere at the moment.
young Cal Groff, I think, a bit groggy on his feet there.
Ireland takes it forward, but he's unsupported. Eddie Clifton forced to get a very scrappy ball. Here's Strawn. Oh, he's met by Cavill. The arm crept up, but it was a good hit.
He's improved as the game's gone on, Kevel. He's gotten more physical as time's progressed, and I think he's slowly getting back to the Kevel of old.
Here goes Fogarty. Oh, poor ball by Clifton. In the end, it's going to be a penalty to the Greens. 5 minutes remaining. They're looking for a try here, Merewether. They go to Strawn. Strawn taking a hit up. The clean out was there this time by the Carlton side. Oh,
good
hands
hands
by Rouse. Fogarty pops a ball over the top. Eddie Clifton slow to get a ball away again. Fogarty, Rouse, dummies, gets away from one, can't get a ball away.
There.
And the big prop forward, Dave Waller, throws him over the sideline.
Yeah, you'd be loving that. Prop on a winger. Yeah, and
That's the stuff props dream about, that and scrums.
He'll be talking about that for a few years. Yeah, he's a good young player, Dave Waller, aka Captain Risky. He's certainly improved as the season's gone on as well. He'd be one to watch out for.
We'll see big Leland Marshall coming from the field, getting a round of applause, as is Calgroth.
2 green.
Big game
2 green.
from the breakaway. He was in everything. He does so much, Groth, for this 2 Blues side. He's probably not the most spoken about back rower for
Okay, just wait,
the Wanderers, but he
wait,
certainly
time,
is
all right?
an asset to this team.
Well, as I said earlier, I think the whole Wanderers back row should take a bound. Groff does a lot of the hard work that often goes unmentioned, so he's had a really good game.
So now the Greens, they've made a couple of changes. Ball comes on. Oh, Ireland gets a ball around the bootlaces.
Did well to hang on to that.
Did very well. Here's Crichton stepping into some traffic.
Roll up.
It's been some good performances from...
Kevill's come up with it off the
he's
ground.
stolen it.
Play on.
So they get away with that one, the 2 Blues. Almost a square up.
Careful. Ball's out. Ball's out. No, ball's out.
At least you can say Gilbert, he's missed equal amounts of
He's consistent.
50-50s.
Consistency.
So here goes Ham, another toiling black rower for this Wanderers side, who certainly deserve their second place in the competition after this.
Yeah, they've. It's always tough to come here and play away from home in the derby, so they've certainly thrown down the gauntlet to the other teams, namely, I suppose, Hamilton at this stage. But yeah, there'll be a few teams looking at this going, well, Wanderers are going to be a contender certainly at the end of the season, no doubt.
Well, Merewether Carlton, depending on results today, they might see themselves go down the ladder. As we heard earlier on, the Waratahs, they were well and truly in control there at Waratah Oval against Maitland. Southern Beaches playing Nelson Bay as well. You'd expect a big score there. Ball spits out and Crichton can't go with it. So now, in the dying stages of this match,
There's numbers out here.
here goes Martine. Strong tackle by Stewart. Simmons playing safe again. Here's Rouse. They'll throw caution to the wind here. The Greens, no, they won't. They'll kick it. It's a charge down. The race is on. Young Costa does well, Sikiotis, but he throws the ball in. Could have come off a 2 Blues side there, Steve.
Yeah, see what the line touch is there, but
I don't think he saw.
Yeah, no, that's 50-50, I think, Gareth.
50-50.
At least the game's not going to rest on that.
50-50, at least they've got 20-20 vision with Specsavers. As the ball comes out, Simmons round the back. Centre field now.
No.
Sherwood scurries out the back.
From the back. Let it go, drop it. From the back.
So it's a penalty to Merewether. They go wide. The game all but over. Fantastic effort by this Wanderers side in the second half. Mac Ray. Here goes Ireland.
Roll.
Southern Ireland. Here comes Rouse getting a ball. Out wide kicking. Probably not the best option as Sikiotis chases the ball down.
Yeah, I think
Atal is there.
need to keep the ball in hand there, I think. Oh, a little slip.
Little wrestle as well.
He's outnumbered there. He's done well to get that ball.
Done very well. Oh, the penalty though, so the quick tap is the only option here for Merewether Carlton as they look for the ball.
No.
And the Wanderers still not letting go of the ball, so Kevill did so well to get back there.
Yeah, he made a nuisance of himself and just held on a fraction too long, I think.
Well, him and Martine have definitely been the difference in this second half for the Dust Hunthouse man of the match. Who do you like?
There's a few contenders. I'd have to say that Kevill's been outstanding, Groth's been outstanding, but yeah, I think Martine has been the real go forward in this game, and he's made ground every time he's touched the ball.
Good line out there by the Greens.
Ruck.
Clifton to Crichton. Crichton now. Oh, good tackle. Centre field. Rahui picks him up and absolutely dispatches him.
Off your feet.
Off his feet, says referee Gilbert.
Be a quick tap here.
It sure will. Strawn takes it. Long ball out wide. But again, realigning the Wanderers.
Honourable mentions for Rouse and Strawn from Merewether. I think they both had pretty good games.
Well, they had good first halves. Haven't seen too much of the ball in the second half. It's a cross-field kick. The ball pops up. It'll be a late try, will it? And yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, yep. Gilbert gives it to Sikiotis. He's been up against it all game today. He's tried valiantly, and that's a reward for his efforts, Steve.
Yeah, he has had a good game as well, and it's unfortunately a bit too late, and obviously not going to affect the result of this game, and isn't going to ensure a bonus point either. So unfortunate, but a nice little move, a nice little kick, and well gathered, and some good defence in the end. They nearly stopped them scoring there, but in the end finished it off.
Well, look at the replay there. Look at that defence by Kevill. For me, he's been the best in the second half. I'm going to give him my vote for the Dust Hunt House. So it's up to our producer to let us know, Kevill or Martine. He's saying 5.
Lucky there was no camera on you there, Gareth. There was a bit of intimidation going on.
So he will win the Dust Hunt House Man of the Match, and Wanderers will win this game. This Rams 2016 feature match brought to you by Bar TV. Of course, if you do like us, get on our Twitter page, get on our Facebook page, and of course our YouTube channel, Bar TV Sports. Stay tuned for the rest of our matches and highlights all throughout the weekend. It's been a great game covering, Steve. It's been a pleasure up here. We'll let you get back to your sponsors' night.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Gareth. Good to be here, mate. And good game. A really good game. I enjoyed it. Maybe not the result, but hey.
So 36-20 the final score. It's been a big game here. Big day, Sponsors Day. Thank you to Rams, Viatech, and of course NIB, and of course Closter BMW, the major sponsor of Merewether Carlton. BMW doing great things for rugby across Australia. I'm Gareth Wozik, and we'll catch you next time.
Middle way through the second half there.
That beers for you.
Sports would like to thank Top Better. Get in the game at topbetter.com.au. And Cornelia's Crump, the Bar TV Sports beverage of choice. And Rams Loans for supporting the 2016 NHRU Premiership. Bar TV Sports would like to thank Top Better.